Ageless to wow your customers. Complete review, more information video description link below this video. How a humiliating lunch date with her husband led one woman to discover the ageless skin secret and finally win the battle against visible signs of aging. The simple solution is now being used by thousands of women all over the world to erase wrinkles, even out dark spots, rejuvenate crepey skin, and slash years from their appearance. Even better, it doesn't require invasive surgeries, painful beauty treatments, or expensive creams and serums that rarely deliver results. In fact, countless women are using this secret from the comfort of their very own homes to restore their youthful beauty and allure. I can't believe in such a short period of time I'm seeing softer, more hydrated skin. Plus the lines are fading away, not just on my face, but my entire body. Fran T, age 62, ASHEVILLE, North Carolina. I started using the Ageless Skin secret 5 months ago, and I can't believe how my skin is aging backwards. Friends, family and colleagues are also noticing my baby smooth skin. Karen P, age 56, Los Angeles, California. My skin is no longer dry. I'm noticing the lines under my eyes are better, and I look brighter, fresher. I can't wait to see what 2 months does. Susan D, age 51, COLUMBUS. Oh. Hi, my name is Mary Johnson. In the next few minutes I'm going to tell you the humiliating true story about a lunch date with my husband. It was the moment I realized I looked a lot older than my real age, and everyone around me could see it. Honestly, my aging skin had been staring me in the face every time I looked in the mirror, and men no longer turned their heads to look at me the way they used to. I guess I'd just chosen to blissfully ignore these facts, because, in my mind, I still pictured myself as how I looked in my 30s. But after that humiliating lunch date, I couldn't keep lying to myself. I spent nearly an hour truly studying my face, looking at all the deep forehead wrinkles, the crow's feet around my eyes, the dark spots and uneven skin tones, and the thin, creepy texture around my eyes, cheekbones and neck. What had happened to the young and desirable woman I used to be? Right then, I decided to fight back against Father Time and reclaim my youthful looks, and let me tell you, this decision forever changed my life, because it triggered a desperate journey to look and feel young that led to the discovery of an unusual skin secret. Something that helped me erase years of aging and finally feel confident about my appearance again. You see, about 6 months ago I was in a local restaurant with my husband, Tom, and I was having a wonderful time because it wasn't often he took me out to lunch like this. The food was delicious, the wine was amazing, and I was really enjoying our time together. It even took me back to how things used to be when we first began dating. Honestly, it really had been a perfect day out until our check arrived. Because what our waitress did next stunned me, it humiliated me. She placed the check on the table, then draped an arm around Tom's shoulder. What she said to him next still haunts me to this day. "Isn't it just so sweet of you to take your mother out for lunch like this?" I literally sat there confused for what felt like minutes, but was probably 10 seconds, before it hit me. She was talking about me. Mother, seriously. The truth is, Tom and I are both 58 and college sweethearts. Even though he does have a bit of a baby face, and many people assume he is about 50. How old must this waitress think I am to be his mother? Late 60s, 70. I was honestly so shocked and upset that I didn't even know what to say. But before I could say anything, Tom jumped in. "This is actually my wife, not my mother." A look of shock spread over the waitress's face. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she replied, and at first I thought she was apologizing to me, but then I realized she was still looking at Tom when she said it, as if what she had really meant to say was, "I'm so sorry that you have a wife who looks this old." And to top it all off, the fact this girl was in her early 20s, with a svelte figure and perfect porcelain skin, somehow just made the whole ordeal that much worse. Like she was the embodiment of the youth and beauty I no longer had. I turned my head to see the customers at other tables staring. The look of pity on their faces was unmistakable. My cheeks flushed red with embarrassment, and I desperately wanted to dive under the table and hide from the world. Instead, I sat there in silence, too upset to even speak. I couldn't even look Tom in the eye, because I was afraid of one thing. What if it's not just strangers who think I look so old, but my husband too? I mean, I was sure that he still loved me, but did he find me desirable? The passion and intimacy wasn't like it used to be, but that's only natural, right? On the other hand, my best friend's husband recently left her for a younger woman, and she confessed that it took her completely by surprise. Well, I did my best to help her through that trying time. I also assumed that it had never happened to me, that Tom was different, and we'd be together forever. But now, sitting there in that restaurant, I felt the doubt start to creep in. "Come on, let's get out of here," Tom said. I'm sure he could sense how embarrassed I felt. On the ride home, I finally blurted out the question I was scared to ask. "Do you think I really look that old?" My heart skipped a beat, waiting for him to answer. "Of course not. You're much better looking than my mom," he joked. Typical Tom, always trying to make light of a bad situation. That was part of why I loved him so much, but I wasn't in the mood for his jokes. "Tell me the truth," I pressed. He let out a sigh, like this was a conversation he wanted to avoid. Look, many people start looking older at our age. What really matters is that I love you for you. I knew he was trying to reassure me, but his words hit me hard. What I longed to hear was that he still saw me as the sexy young woman he fell in love with all those years ago. But I'd just been given a cold, hard reality check. I no longer resembled the same woman that he married, and when I studied my face in the mirror that night, I couldn't keep lying to myself. My age really had caught up with me. How had I not noticed it sooner? Sure, I was using a few skin creams and moisturizers, like every woman, but clearly they weren't doing much good. So as I looked at my many wrinkles, crow's feet, and dark spots, I realized in that moment that I had two choices. I could either accept what was happening to me and wake up each day looking older than the day before, or I could fight back against aging and do everything in my power to look like my younger self again. It wasn't a hard choice, so I went online to search for a proven solution and spent a couple of weeks scouring everything I could find about skincare and anti-aging. The more I read, the more I realized there were countless other women suffering just like I was, but nobody had found anything that erased visible signs of aging, naturally and safely. Because, while there were options like Botox, fillers or plastic surgery, I didn't want to end up looking fake or plastic. Besides, I came across a ton of horror stories where women damaged their skin permanently from these treatments, and some even had such bad reactions, they ended up in the ER, and their health was never the same again. There were even nurses and medical professionals cautioning against the use of Botox, claiming it's just a money maker for doctors in the beauty industry, and not nearly as safe as it's made to sound. It was a similar story with chemical peels. I saw pictures of women with badly burned or scarred skin because of a reaction to the ingredients. I also heard a lot of talk about collagen supplements. And while that was safe compared to the more invasive procedures, most people said they didn't see any difference even after months of use. So after weeks of research, I was really deflated. It seemed like the solution I was hoping for didn't actually exist. But just as I was thinking about giving up and accepting my fate, I had an idea. I remembered a woman named Beth I used to work with a couple of years back. Beth was around my age, but she looked so young and beautiful. In fact, she used to keep a picture from her wedding day on her desk. And she'd barely aged a day, even though the photo was taken over 20 years ago. She even had to show her driver's license to people because they never believed her age. At the time I just assumed she was blessed with good genes. But what if it was something more than that? I don't know why, but I had this nagging feeling that maybe she could help. So I looked her up on Facebook, and there she was, just as stunning as ever. We exchanged a few messages to catch up on the past couple of years, and, even though it was humiliating to admit, I told her what had happened in the restaurant, how it had destroyed my confidence, and how I was no longer sure if Tom was even still attracted to me. Then I asked her the one question I prayed she would answer. Beth, we're about the same age, but you look 20 years younger. What's your secret? I honestly didn't know how I expected her to reply, but what she said next shocked me. It's not that I don't want to tell you, but I've been sworn to secrecy. I couldn't believe it. It wasn't just that she had good genes, there was something else that kept her looking so young and vibrant. I pleaded with Beth to share her secret with me, until finally, she relented, and this is how I first heard about Ageless Skin, breakthrough that erases years of visible aging, without Botox, surgery, or any traditional kind of treatment. Beth confessed that she hadn't always looked this young, and that only a year before I met her, she actually had wrinkles, crow's feet and creepy skin. She said she looked no better or worse than most women the same age. But that changed after a high-profile family member introduced Beth to the woman behind that Ageless Skin discovery. Her name is Sandy Dares. Sandy spent years working by the side of one of the world's most renowned anti-aging doctors. Her job was to develop and create the formulas used in the doctor's skincare products. That meant she had studied just about every scientific journal and paper on skin aging, and she knew more about this topic than arguably anybody else on the planet. The formula she created got such amazing results for the doctor's clients that word quickly spread Sandy was the real expert. That's why a select number of wealthy clients, including celebrities, reached out to work with her directly. It meant she was booked months in advance. The only reason Beth was able to get an appointment was because of that high-profile family member, and that was when Sandy showed Beth that Ageless Skin secret. Within a couple of months, I looked at least 10 years younger, Beth told me, and by 6 months, people were convinced I was still in my 30s. I have to admit, the results didn't lie. Beth did look incredible, and it was exciting to imagine experiencing the same kind of results she did. However, I still needed to know how the Ageless Skin secret worked. Silver, 1 month supply, 90-day money, back, U.S., shipping $9.95, $59, platinum 5-month supply, best value, 90-day money, back, free shipping in the U.S., $35 per bottle, encrypted, safe, secure, gold, 2-month supply, 90-day money, back, U.S., shipping $9.95, $49 per bottle. More information video description link below this video.